Hi guys, it's Storm again. Um, so we're here today, and I had an unexpected purchase today because, well, I was expecting some packages to come in today, and some of them did, or at least yesterday. And my mom checked the mail for me, and it turned out I had some birthday money come in, and I was able to afford this without breaking my ethic with money, which is to save half of it all the time. So I was able to afford this without having to break my rule. So today we have the Modern Event deck. I've already opened it up, but I haven't taken anything out yet, unlike the Commander decks that I will likely be recording later on. I don't know when, but at some point in the future I will record the Commander decks. But yeah, let's get into it. So we've got the D20 here with the set symbol on it. It's very nice. I actually really like it. It's really pretty. So let's get into it here. So there it is, nice and foily, black and white, and it says on the back, get started with the Deep Strategy Modern format style. Draw on rare high-powered Magic cards from the past sets with the tightly constructed 60-card deck. Also included are 15 cards for the sideboard, strategy guide, spin down, life counter, 80 exclusive card sleeves, 50 double-sided, or 50, oh my god if it was 50, 5 double-sided tokens, and a deck box. I guess this is the deck box. Pick up the Modern Event deck, yada yada yada. It's called March of Multitudes. So let's slide it open. Actually, this box is really quite sturdy. So this is what it looks like. This, when I opened it initially, was on this side. And this is the sideboard. So we can have a look at that first, actually. And the spin down was in here. So, alright. So in the sideboard, we have a Relic of Progenitus. Whoops, there we go. Gotta watch the camera. Got 3, 2. Oh, I guess maybe I should tell you what they do. Target player exiles a card from his or her graveyard. So, that's alright. Or pay 1, exile the relic, exile all cards from all graveyards, and then you draw 1. So there's 3 of those. Barenton, Forge Tender. 1 white for a 1/1 with protection from red. Sacrifice it. Prevent all damage from a red source that would deal damage to you this turn. We got 2 of those. 3 Duress. Target player reveals his or her hand. Choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and they discard it for 1 black. Kataki War's Wage. All artifacts have, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay 1 colorless. It's 2 for a 2/1. Legendary creature, which is kind of cool. You get 3 legendary creatures, guys. Okay, that's kind of lame to get excited over, but I like legends. We've got 2 Dismember, so 1 and 2 black Phyrexian mana, which can be paid for with 2 life apiece. Dismember, target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. It's very strong, actually. 2 Ghost Quarter, tap for 1 colorless mana, or sacrifice it, destroy target land. Its controller may search for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield. Then they shuffle their library. Then we have the Elspeth emblem, which is also a soldier, because reasons. We got spirits, which are also soldiers. Sorry, I should show this more clearly. And mirrors, which are awesome. Okay. So that's the sideboard. And let's get into the meat of it. So this is not in the exact order it was when I opened it, but here we go anyways. So we've got the best Elspeth, debatably. Elspeth, Knight Errant. 4 mana for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. +1, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield. Second +1, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. So she turns the soldiers into 4/4 flying beaters. And then her -8, you get an emblem. Artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and lands you control have indestructible, which is awesome. The Sword of Feast and Famine, also debatably the best sword, or second best sword. 3 mana for a legendary artifact, or not legendary, but artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and green. Whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you untap all lands you control. Equips for 2. Soul Warden, 1/1 for 1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. 2. Tidehollow Sculler. It's 2 mana, 1 black, 1 white, for an artifact creature zombie. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand, and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. When it leaves the battlefield, return that exiled card to its owner's hand. And according to my knowledgeable friend Kip, that can be abused, because as it enters the battlefield, you can bounce it back to your hand, and then you still have to carry out the action, but then it just gets exiled permanently, and they never get it back. 3 paths to exile. 1 mana, exile target creature. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then they have to shuffle their library if they do that. 2 Inquisition of Kozilek. So it's 1 mana, target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it with a converted mana cost of 3 or less, and they have to discard it. So we got 2 Shrine of the Loyal Legions, 2 mana for an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, or whenever you cast a white spell, you may put a charge counter on the Shrine of Loyal Legions. 3. Tap, sacrifice Shrine of Loyal Legions, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token on the battlefield for each charge counter on Shrine of Loyal Legions. 3 Honor of the Pure, white creatures you control get +1/+1, an enchantment for 2 mana, 1 white, 1 colorless. There's 3. 4 Intangible Virtue, 2 mana enchantment for 1 and white. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance, which is incredible for this. 4 Raise the Alarm with alternate art. 1 colorless, 1 white. Put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens on the battlefield at instant speed. 3 Zealous Persecution, 1 black, 1 white. Instant. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1, and creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. 4 Lingering Souls, 3 mana for a sorcery, 2 and a white. Put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. 1 and a black flashback. Exile it from your graveyard and repeat the thing. This can only be done at sorcerer speed because it is a sorcery. 3 white mana or 6 colorless. That can be paid in a combination for Spectral Procession. Put 3 1/1 white flying spirit creature tokens onto the battlefield, and there are 4 of those. For the land base, we have 4 Caves of Quelos, which are a pain land that tap for colorless, or a white and a black, and deal 1 damage to you. The best pain land debatably ever printed, City of Brass. You've got 2 of them. Whenever it becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Isolated Chapel. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a plains or a swamp. Taps for black and or white. Vault of the Archangel, taps for colorless. Pay 2, a white, and a black. So 4 in total. Tap it. Creatures you control gain Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Pretty good. 4 Windbrisk Kites. Hideaway. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may exile 1 and place it face down under the land. It taps for white. Pay a white, tap it. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if you attacked with 3 or more creatures this turn. And then you have 5 basic plains and 4 basic swamps. And that's the deck. There's a player's guide here, if you guys care about that. And then we have 80 premium card sleeves. Although I can tell you from what people have been telling me that these actually really suck. So if you want to use them just for showcasing your expensive cards, that's great. But other than just having them sit around, apparently these are not very good. So just get yourself some Dragon Shields or some, basic matte Ultra Pros or some KMCs or something. Just don't use these when you first get them because they're probably going to start peeling and get gross and you're going to have to re-sleeve right in the middle of a game. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Storm out.